If we're going to speak on the level of mankind has certain rights, then one of the most powerful rights that you have, one of the most essential fundamental rights that you have is the right to defend yourself by any means necessary from an aggressor. And one of the most effective, powerful ways that you can do this is through the use of a handgun. Because let's face it, a handgun puts a 100-pound woman on the equal power plane with a 250, 275-pound assailant who doesn't have a weapon. Now, easily this guy could take this woman, but if she has even a .22 caliber, she can ward this guy off. So you never want to mess with rights. So if there was ever a right, we're going to get back to this video in a second. If there was ever a right that cops should be out there defending, it's your right to keep and bear arms. Any arm, including non-serialized arms. And it's not any cop's business what kind of arm that you have, how much you purchased it for, where you got it, how many of them you have. It's none of their business. So if they were going to fulfill any part, any aspect of their oath, it should be defending the right of everybody to keep and bear arms. But now we have this news article that just came out from KSTP 5 Eyewitness News, and it's talking about police agencies watching this new Supreme Court ruling concerning unserialized guns, also known as ghost guns. But listen to what this one law enforcement agent says right here. Very interesting.
Key decision from the U.S. Supreme Court on ghost guns, those nearly impossible to trace weapons you can make yourself from kits you put together at home.
And that's exactly what you want. You want it to be impossible for the government to trace it. If the government wants to trace it, they want to track it. If they want to track it, they want to register it. If they want to register it, then they want to control you, because what precedes confiscation? Registration. So when you're registering your weapon, you're basically saying, hey, I just want daddy government to know what I got. So in case they want to come and collect them, they know exactly how many I have and where to collect them from. That is not indicative of living in the land of the free, home of the brave. But wait, there's more.
Law enforcement agencies have been tracking this. They've also been seizing hundreds of them. Richard Reeve tells us the high court ruling now treats these gun part kits the same as fully assembled firearms.
Oh yeah, let's stop using the word seize. They're not seizing hundreds of them. They're stealing them from probably innocent people. Now, am I saying that there aren't certain criminals out there who are also not taking advantage of 3D printed guns or ghost guns or unserialized guns or buying guns on the black market? No, I'm not saying that at all. Do I want criminals in my neighborhood or in my city or in my county to own guns? No, but you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to go to political parasites and have them create a law and go through the legislative pixie dust process and make it illegal for us to own guns unless we do a background check. And banning high capacity magazines and ghost guns and long rifles like the AK-47 and AR-15, those military style rifles that have no business on the streets of America. No, I don't want to do that. Sure, I don't want any criminal armed, but what are you going to do? Put a broad spectrum law out there where everybody gets criminalized because what a few psychopaths choose to do with their guns? No, not reasonable, not logical, and antithetical to constitutional freedoms.
This is what those gun kits look like. A firearm in pieces, easily available on the internet.
We typically see folks do that at home. It's very, very easy to do. It can make a working firearm in short order.
Brooklyn Park Police say each year...
You should applaud that. And that's consistent with my oath of office to protect, defend, and secure the Constitution of the United States. That means the rights of the people in my community. They have the right to have whatever kind of gun that they want. I don't care if it's serialized or not. It's none of my business. I don't care where they get it. They should be able to order it on Amazon. That's what this cop should be saying, but he doesn't.
They confiscate between 20 and 30 ghost guns.
They steal. They're thieves. It's an organized crime ring. Let's use the right terminology. Stop using all these euphemisms.
One of their biggest concerns is that juveniles are getting a hold of these kits.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. But wouldn't you rather have dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery? You know, it's the parent's responsibility to teach that kid, hey, we got to be responsible around these things. You can never put your finger on the trigger of a firearm unless you are aiming it at a particular target and you intend to shoot that target.
2023, officers investigated the shooting death of a 16-year-old, the murder weapon made from a gun kit purchased by another juvenile online.
Oh my
It was
God.
purchased as gun parts, assembled as simple as using a handheld drill, and made a working firearm that took somebody's life.
The most recent numbers from Minneapolis police show in 2024,
The working firearm took no lives. The person who used that working firearm did. Whether it was an accident, whether it was on purpose, this is irrelevant to constitutional freedoms. You don't start curtailing rights because things got dangerous out in society. Oh, you only have the freedom of speech if you say things that I agree with. No, freedom of speech is meant to protect you in case you offend somebody or disgust them with your words. You're protected by that. Just like you're protected, you have the right to keep and bear arms. More accurately, nobody's got the right to keep you from keeping and bearing arms, including local, state, and federal law enforcement.
officers recovered 83 ghost guns made from a 3D printer. That compares to just 3 recoveries in 2019.
I think the biggest thing is making manufacturers of gun parts go through the same process as the sale of regular firearms.
Just basic.
Tell us you hate the Second Amendment without outright telling us you hate the Second Amendment. Let's go over what this guy just said again.
I think the biggest thing is making manufacturers of gun parts go through the same process as the sale of regular firearms.
Just
Make them submit. Make them have an FFL, a license granting permission by the government to do something you got a perfect right to do anyway. That's make one, manufacture them, plan them, sell them, plan on making them, sell them, buy them. There's no limitation in the Second Amendment. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people, that's you and me, to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. What are some infringement? What is an infringement? It's a curtailment. It's a hindrance. There should be no hindrance between the person who wants a gun and the gun itself. Hindrances, things like high-capacity magazine bans, increased taxation on ammo that knocks a whole lot of poor people out of getting ammunition for their firearm, background checks, closing the gun show loophole. These are infringements. It says shall not be infringed. 4 very simple words, and these cops can't even abide by their oath. They're oath breakers.
basic common sense.
Today's ruling follows a 2022 crackdown by the Biden administration on the gun kits, requiring purchasers to undergo a background check and proof of age.
Background check, proof of age, infringement, infringement, infringement. Pathetic, pathetic.
The completed firearm will also have to have a serial number to identify it. Gun manufacturers and owners had challenged the law, calling it overreach.
Still, there's a serious Second Amendment challenge here, which was not decided today and is the obvious next part.
Police hope the new ruling will make a difference.
For a 15-year-old, 16-year-old to be able to order online, it's literally that simple. Put in a credit card number, get these gun parts shipped to you, use a handheld drill and drill 4 holes and you have a working firearm. 30 minutes or less.
First of all, that's ridiculous, but so you're going to penalize everybody who could get online to purchase that gun under the guise of, we got to stop 15-year-olds from being able to buy these weapons right here. So we need the Supreme Court to make a decision that these are actual, even though they're disassembled, even though they're sold in parts, they need to be treated as actual workable firearms. And we, the police departments, we're on board with this because we want a decision against the Second Amendment. That's how evil these cops are. That cop does not care about his oath. And if he doesn't care about you obtaining a personal protection device by any means, then he hates your guts. He hates your family's guts. He doesn't want you to be able to protect yourself. And he wants you to beg the government for permission to have something that you have the perfect right to have anyway, because you're a human being. That speaks volumes about where this cop's head and his heart are.
Now, in 2023, the Minnesota Supreme Court ruled that a gun that's been taken apart and missing pieces can still be considered a firearm under state law. Minnesota already has a rule on the books requiring serial numbers on all firearms. The U.S. Justice Department says nationwide fewer than 1,700 ghost guns were recovered by law enforcement. That number grew to 27,000 in 2023, Kevin.
Okay, that's Rich Reed.
That's not a lot of guns. That's not a lot of firearms.
The U.S. Supreme.
So let me just show you this right here. You know, rules for thee and not for me. This cop right here, this is that popular video where it says cop distracted by phone hits me head on. This is a guy who's a biker. This cop right here is clearly he's got glasses on. He's got his head down. He's got his phone in his lap and he's texting. And while he's texting, while negotiating a left turn, he runs into this biker. Now, what does this have to do with the video we just saw about them trying to make ghost guns be registered as regular, real guns where people need to get a license or be approved by the government in order to get it? Because cops live above their own laws. They have firearms. While they walk up to your car and say, hey, any guns or anything in the car that I need to be worried about, anything that's going to stick me, poke me, stab me? Because they're very concerned about their own safety. So they're very concerned that you be disarmed in the interaction between you and them because they want to make sure that they've got all the power over you. And just like they have gun laws that restrict your purchase of firearms while they can have them, they also have anti-texting while driving laws, which, you know, I'm not saying make a law for it, but it is stupid to text while you're driving. And it's especially stupid to text while you're driving trying to negotiate a turn. But I want to show you this right here. This is just another example where cops can be careless about your life. They don't give a damn about you while they put their own lives on a pedestal, as shown by the fact that they always care about officer safety. Check this out. Here he goes. He's going into the turn. Watch this.
Whoa, whoa! You mother... Why the fuck are you looking at your phone, officer? I got a text from another officer here. Give me a second.
By the way, the highest rated comment under this video right here is, I would have stayed on the ground thinking about what college I was going to apply to and what vacation I was going to go on next. I want you to watch this cop's reaction. You cannot script anything as cold as this right here. You can tell that the officer only cares about saving his own skin. He doesn't really care about the biker.
396.
No sense of urgency.
God damn it. Why are you texting? I don't care if you're texting.
I wasn't texting. I was looking at my phone.
I wasn't texting. I was looking at my phone. Like that makes a difference, man. The end result is the same.
Either way.
Yeah, I know.
Look at his hat. Peculiar. Yeah, this is awfully peculiar. What do you think would have happened to you and I if somebody had video evidence of you and I sitting behind the wheel of our vehicle texting while we hit a biker?
That's my bad.
Why are you doing that in a turn?
I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention. There you go. There's the admission. I was looking at my phone, not paying attention while I'm out here protecting and serving the community.
Officer, holy shit, dude. I can walk. How's my arm look?
Your arm's fine.
How about this one?
Your arm's fine. Oh yeah, everything's fine.
You're fine. There's no abrasions. That's the only abrasion you got right there.
Jesus fucking A. Got one here.
Unfrickin' believable in broad daylight. Again, rules for thee and not for me. If you did the same thing that this cop just did, there'd be hell to pay. You'd be paying a heavy duty fine. If you did this driving a company vehicle for your work, you would have lost your job. I don't know if this guy lost his job or not. This is 6 years ago. I don't see a follow-up on this. Let me see. Motionless at a stop. Yeah, I don't see any kind of follow-up on this. I definitely wouldn't rely on the guy who just hit me with his own car to tell me if I look all right, if I got any abrasions. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. Do you personally know any oath breakers in your neck of the woods? Is there such a thing as a good cop? Are there only a few bad apples? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to support the channel, the links are in the description. I will see you in the next video.